He looks like he owns Croydon. Oh my gosh. Man like Arthur from Batman.
Dzień dobry, assalamu alaikum, ciao, bonjour, hola, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Ken at 10. How are you today? I hope you're well. As usual, all the latest house price news, local news, property news here from Norbury, Southwest London, Southwest 16. If you don't know where Norbury is, we are smack bang between Croydon to the south and Streatham to the north, a nice zone 3 commuting area that you should consider. So I hope you're doing well today. Here in Norbury, the weather is rather cold actually. It's quite depressing because every time I look around I think, well, it's nearly spring, it's going to get warm in a minute, and then you look at Mallorca and it's covered in snow, and apparently we may have some coming as well over the weekend. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty miserable weekend weather-wise, I think. I don't know about you, but when the snow comes, I like it either all or nothing. So if it's going to be snowing, let's have it. Let's have a big one, and let's all get over the park and, you know, be 5 again and roll down hills on sleds. Or let's not have the slushy stuff, the bit in between where one falls over and breaks hips and things. Don't need it, do you? So how are you? Hope you're doing well. A couple of things on house prices today. There's a poll in Reuters. You may know Reuters, the news organisation, and they say that house prices are set to fall but not crash. UK house prices will fall by less than previously expected. That's the good news, according to analysts polled by Reuters. The survey of 19 experts suggests prices will fall by 2.4% this year, and that marks improvement on the previous suggestion of 4.7% decline predicted in the last survey. And they also predict the average price to rise by 1% in 2024. So pretty much neutral, isn't it, over the next couple of years? I mean, I wouldn't make any decisions over whether to move or not to move over such a small percentage. It's neither here nor there, really. One piece of good news that I saw was in the Evening Standard, which was an interesting report, and one that really could fuel house price in the future, might be worth thinking about as well, is London is predicted to be a global megacity by 2037. With house prices at 12 times incomes. A new report reveals that over the next 15 years, London will become a global megacity with a population of 10 million people. 10 million, can you imagine? Oxford Economics said London's economy will thrive, 600,000 high-quality new jobs will be created, and its wobbling housing market will also recover to the extent that an average owner will still soon need to borrow 12 times their annual salary to buy a home, compared to UK average of 8. The report said this prosperity will boost the housing market, with growth returning in 2025 after a 2-year hiatus. And the head of research at Savills, and they're usually pretty good with a high quality news reporting, I must say, they welcomed the upbeat appraisal of London's economic future. However, warned that unless housing supply can be increased, the capital's progress will be hampered. No doubt there's not enough new homes being built, and there's not enough homes for rent. That's for sure, isn't it? We know that already. Mortgage rates are expected to increase again, not financial advice, but this is something in the eye that says that brokers are warning of an end to the falling rates we've seen over the last few months. And that's weird, isn't it? I know, saying that they've fallen. Of course, the headline rate has gone up, but mortgage rates themselves have come down a little bit. We're expecting it to settle, and we're expecting rates to settle between 4 and 4.5% in the long run. Whether we're going to have another actual interest rate increase, well, that's, I think, in a few weeks' time. Yeah, I think that's towards the end of this month, the next decision on that. But we'll report to you on that as and when it happens. I think we might be at the top of that curve now. It's very hard to see because it's such a lagging indicator, and it's all about inflation, trying to keep control on inflation. Depends how that goes, really. And inflation has fallen and is continuing to fall. Is it enough? Well, let's hope so, because we could all do without another interest rate increase. There's an interesting article I saw saying 1 in 3 landlords are failing their lender's affordability test. It's interesting because a Mortgage for Business, a mortgage broker, reveals that 1 in 3 landlords is struggling to remortgage after failing their own lender's affordability test. It's a critical situation. We're seeing landlords coming off rates of 3.5% and being unable to remortgage because, according to the lender's stress test, their loan is no longer affordable. Letting agents and auction houses reported a rising number of private landlords selling their rental properties. Well, we've been saying this for a long time, haven't we? We expected it. The only landlords not being impacted are those who have a few years left to run on their current fixed rate deal. Their praying rates will have come down by the time they need to remortgage. Well, of course they are, aren't we all? But that's in the medium term. In the short term, you know, the rental market is in for a bit of a tough ride in that sense. But of course, the flip side of that is rents are going crazy because of the exact same situation. Now, what often happens when your existing lender knows that they're the only source you have and you can't refinance elsewhere, you have to go onto their standard variable rate. And if they haven't got any decent rates around, that can be as high as 8% now. And that can mean landlords going backwards in their payments. And that's why we're seeing an increase of landlords turning to auction houses and estate agents to sell their properties in 2023. On the other side of it, the flip side of super rich is one for the Financial Times. The home, a 29,000 square feet 40-bedroom property sitting in the middle of Regent's Park has been put up for sale. It's on sale for a record 250 million, £250 million. Can you imagine? It will be the most expensive property ever for sale in Britain. It was built in 1818 by James Burton and is owned by Abdullah bin Khalid Al Saud, Saudi Arabia's representative to the UN in Vienna and ambassador to Austria, along with his family. It's got 160 million loan secured again. It's just the figures are unreal. Will the interest be on 160 million loan? Just crazy, isn't it? And in bed thinking about. Rough sleeping is up, sadly. Well, that's only to be expected, but very sad. We kind of expected that with everything that's going on with the letting market, people leaving it, of course. And recession uncertainty hits optimism. Analysis by Lloyd shows that optimism among businesses in London dipped in February with uncertainty on the economy. And that's something, again, hopefully will turn around in the next few months. Certainly, as far as the housing market's concerned, we're coming into the springtime. Once we get over this cold snap, I keep saying that, come on the cold snap. Can we get over it? Because families like to come out when it's warm. So it will improve. And if you are struggling to sell and wondering what's happening with the market, or maybe you've been on the market for just a long period of time and you're wondering what your agent's doing, or you're not getting regular communication, or you're just not happy with the service you're receiving, then as always, give us a shout. We are experts at taking homes that have been on the market previously and then revamping the marketing and making sure we get the very best prices for our clients. So if that's a situation you find yourself in, let me know. Now, what do you look forward to? I like having something to look forward to every week. One of the things I look forward to on a Wednesday is band night for me. So I go and play some jazz with my colleagues up in Fulham for the Fulham Big Band. Absolutely love creating music. Not that I'm particularly fantastic at it, I'm not, but I do really enjoy the experience, and some of my band members are amazing, and it's great to just be a small part of the whole sound that is created. I was listening to a song today by Bonnie Raitt, and I just couldn't believe it. Was absolutely fabulous, about a transplant operation, and it's absolutely, very emotive, and well worth looking up. If you like Bonnie Raitt, then have a look for that. I can't recall the name of it now. Just in time, something like that. But well worth a listen. Apart from that, I hope you're having a great day. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition. Rolling across the bottom of the screen here, you can see the link for our interview from Jason Tebb, the CEO of On the Market, and we enjoyed chatting to him. That's on their homepage at On the Market, and if you'd like to have a listen, then there it is. It's on YouTube, and you can either Google Jason Tebb Ken Hume, and it'll come up, or follow the link below the screen, and that should take you there. So I hope you're having a great day so far. Enjoy your day. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, look after yourselves, and if you can, your family and friends. Ciao.